What's going on, guys? Bengal again here, coming back at you with another video rebuilding America's team in their own minds. We're doing the Dallas Cowboys today. It's no secret if you've been on the channel for any meaningful amount of time, it's not my favorite team. I hate them a lot. I am a Giants fan, and I am not a giant fan of the Cowboys. I don't care for them. However, we're taking over as the Cowboys, so we'll be using a lot of we and hope us, you know, or what. I'm not gonna say hope us. That's not English. Hope us get the Super Bowl. Like, that's not gonna happen. But you know, we're gonna hopefully bring the Cowboys back to some Super Bowl glory that they experienced, you know, in the 90s with Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin and you know, Larry Allen and some of the great players. Emmitt Smith. People are gonna get so annoyed that I'm gonna forget whoever. Like, you know, Dion was a part of I think a Super Bowl team or two in Dallas. But you know, the Cowboys really haven't done much in the past 2 decades. They've made the playoffs, I want to say 10 times, and there's something like 2-8, something like that. It's a very bad record. But we're gonna see if we can change that around. Let's go ahead and go over the roster. This is the Ceedee Lamb rebuild, and it's going to be super exciting to see how he develops over the course of this thing. I'm using MF Maddox, his roster, in the PS4 file share, so you can download that if you'd like to. He seems to update it pretty frequently. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. There are like 40% of you guys that are watching all these videos that are not actually subscribed. So if you like what you see, you know, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And, you know, what's the worst that happens? You hate me, which is a real possibility. And you hit unsubscribe, and like, I cry a lot, but you won't care because you don't care about me. So Dallas Cowboys rebuild, I don't know what I'm talking about so far, but you know what I'd like to talk about is my favorite game maybe of all time. We are back. More from my faves over at Raid Shadow Legends. This has been taking up so much of my time recently, you could never even realize. I have been so addicted to this game. It's been fantastic to get addicted to another video game again, and Raid Shadow Legends for me has been that. It's on the PC now, which is fantastic. I use it still on the mobile, but it's coming to desktop. It's on here. You can get it right now. The links are in the description, and there's also the 1.15 patch coming in May, which is going to be fantastic. There's a new set of tournaments going on in the arena tournament mode. You know, different ones like the Spider's Den, Ice Golem's Peak, the Almighty Fire Knight, or the Notorious Dragon. Patch 1.15 is going to be crazy in May. The arena tournament is going to be crazy. You can earn points according to your tier, remember, and win awesome rewards in the local on your phone or on desktop, or in the global tournaments against players around the world. It's going to be so fantastic. So what are you waiting for? You got to check the links in the description. Special links for new players, 100k silver, an energy refill, 1-day booster for your XP, and a free champion, the Executioner. So that is going to be fantastic. You got to check your inbox. It's going to be in the top right of your device, so definitely make sure to check that out. Only available for the next 30 days. Don't wait, don't hesitate. Click the links in the description now and start Raid Shadow Legends today. All right, taking a look at this team, the development traits are absolutely stacked, and they're only going to continue to get better. Of course, when I load in this roster, I cannot have the development traits in before, so I do have to alter them every single time I do this. The contracts are also not correct. It's just kind of the way that it had to work with loading in all the different players, so that's understandable. And the reason that I do not start it with offline and, you know, change all the development traits and contracts myself is because offline simulation takes way longer, so it's easier just to take, you know, 5 minutes at the start and change the contracts and change the development traits and all that. And I think Ceedee Lamb is worthy of Superstar. People are getting somewhat annoyed that I wasn't changing, and we're going to assume that we pick up his 5th year, so we're going to give him 5 years as a first-round pick. People are getting annoyed I wasn't really going up into the Superstar range, but I don't think a lot of these draft picks should start off with Superstar development. It's something that they can earn over the course of their career. So I think starting at star for a lot of these guys does make sense. And I had Ceedee Lamb as my second receiver in the class. I think superstar development is worthwhile, and then maybe in the Broncos rebuild with Jerry Jeudy, who is my number 1, maybe I'll give him superstar or superstar X Factor, I think. But Ceedee Lamb is going to get superstar. Amari Cooper as superstar X Factor, he's a monster. Michael Gallup is really good, although he'll probably end up being my receiver 3. I think Ceedee Lamb's going to end up being a monster for us in the backfield. We got Zeke. Ezekiel Elliott is fantastic. Tony Pollard's even a very solid backup. He's looked great in the opportunities that he's got. Dak Prescott is where things start to get a little bit weird. Now, Dak Prescott currently has reportedly turned down $35 million annually in the biggest quarterback contract ever. I think maybe even the highest paid player of all time, Dak Prescott would have been based on what the Cowboys offered, and he wants $45 million a year. Do you think you're Patrick Mahomes? Are you insane? I know there are a lot of people out there that think Dak is a top QB in the league, especially all these Cowboys fans watching this video that now hate me even more because I said I liked a different team. But just because he wins games, how are we going to put the success of an entire team where there are 55 or 53 active men on a roster, and then not even including the guys that go to injured reserve, the other guys that get called up, it's probably closer to 60 over the course of a year that actually play. But a 53-man roster, you're going to put it on one player? It's like there are a ton of studs around Dak. And Travis Frederick just retired. Connor Williams isn't incredible. La'el Collins is very good. Zach Martin is the best guard in the NFL. And I think Quentin Nelson's trying to catch him. But Zach Martin is the best guard in the NFL. Probably even the best interior offensive lineman in the NFL. Tyrone Smith is one of the best tackles in the NFL. I've said that he's the best for a while now. Injuries have been a little bit of a concern with him. He has Amari Cooper, who was great last year. He has Ezekiel Elliott. Not to mention some pretty good players on defense. Of course, there are some new additions to this team, Gerald McCoy being one of them. But they've had some solid players in and out of here. And to say that every time this team wins a game, it's solely on the back of Dak Prescott, that's never the case, regardless of how well the quarterback plays. It plays an impact. It's the most important position, but it's not, oh, they've made the playoffs this X amount of times. That's why this quarterback is better than that quarterback. I don't think if the Chiefs happen to win 10 games and the Cowboys won 11 or 12, that makes Dak a better QB than Patrick Mahomes. Anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox for a minute. Blake Jarwin's on the team too. Dalton Schultz, Blake Bell even. I kind of forgot about him. He was decent at Oklahoma, if I recall. But nothing exceptional. Already 28. It doesn't feel like he's that old. On the defensive side of the ball, we got Xavier Woods, of course. HaHa Clinton-Dix signed and became a member of this team. Leighton Vander Esch is one of the best linebackers in the NFL already. I think Jalen Smith is in that same category. I would almost say that Jalen Smith is better than Leighton Vander Esch in certain situations. There obviously are some times I would prefer Vander Esch, specifically in the box. And they're both great athletes, but Jalen Smith is the better coverage linebacker, I think. And he's certainly more athletic, even though Leighton Vander Esch is a beast thumper up the middle, who has good coverage ability in his own right. Sean Lee was great for a while, really underrated. Injuries, I think, severely held him back. Julian March, who was formerly Julian March Lillard. I don't know where he became Julian March from, but that's a thing. Chidobe Awuzie, Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis, Darrell Worley, Maurice Canaday. It's a weird cornerback group. I like Chidobe Awuzie. All the other guys are replaceable. And this is an interesting one. Aldon Smith signed with the Cowboys. He was one of the best young pass rushers of all time, easily. And then it was one thing after another with him, with going into LAX, claiming he had a bomb, and this like years ago now, and getting kicked off not only the 49ers, but the Raiders, and getting suspended. Now he's with the Cowboys. Seems like a perfect fit. Gerald McCoy has been a beast for a while. Dantari Poe's okay. Antoine Woods is pretty underrated. Tristan Hill was a high draft pick, I think second or third round pick 2 years ago at this point. Neville Gallimore was a high pick. I'm probably going to give him maybe star development. I mean, Randy Gregory's been a disaster for this team. Dorrance Armstrong Jr., who I like coming out of Kansas, hasn't done much in the NFL as of now. Doesn't look like he ever will. And then they have Chris Jones and Greg the Leg Zuerlein. Where is Brett Maher? What happened to him, right? It looked like he was going to be the next great thing at kicker for a while. But I'm going to change up this team. CeeDee Lamb's probably going to work in the slot. The first season is not going to matter all that much. And then this really starts at the offseason, where I start to rebuild this team. Also, and this happened in the last video, where I accidentally looked at the NFC for whatever AFC team I did. I don't even remember who it was at this point. And then it suddenly came to me. I'm like, did I do the NFC instead of the AFC? I was calling him Julian. It's definitely Justin, right? It's Justin March Lillard, or Justin March. Why was I calling him Julian? I'm not sure. There are probably a million comments about it already. Listen, I remembered as I backed out, so I don't want to hear it. Oh, that also reminds me. I am going to be loading in the draft class. We've been using ATL Falcons. There's also a guy who tweets at me every single day, multiple times a day, to use his. And I just don't want to. So if you're watching this, I just don't want to. Sorry. So where I left the franchise? What happened? Yeah, but as I mentioned, we've been using ATL Falcons or Falcons ATL. So shout out to him. Not 2020. We've been using his 2021. He's finally added Trey Lance. And he also has a YouTube channel, Falcons Fan 71. Maybe you guys check that out. I would say this class overall has been very solid so far. I like the ratings for the most part. I don't know that's good. Oh, it's not downloading. What the H, dude? Straight up cannot download this file. I've tried other files as well. It's just not working, which is confusing because the description of this file is just like not the same one. I wonder if that's part of the issue. And it looks like 2020 is going to download. Why is 2021 not downloading? That makes no sense. I'm trying to overwrite it, or overwrite the fucking 2021 one. Can't do it. All right, so I'm gonna try out this new one. We're Steve J NFL Draft. The beginning of this video has been so incredibly long. It feels like recording it, so I guess I apologize for that. In case you don't want to hear me ramble on about all these different things and issues and things like that. I actually checked out the guy who's been tweeting at me relentlessly about every day, 10 times a day, and it's not even on here. Like I don't know what you want from me. So we're gonna try out this one. This one has Trey Lance. Ooh, I like the order of this one a lot. Oh, I like the order of this one a lot so far. Okay, I could get down with this. I feel like Jalen Waddle is super underrated so far. So I guess, I mean, there's no way. If he goes off, like he probably will in 2020, there's no way he isn't in the first round discussion. It's crazy that people have him in the second round. He's just so unbelievable. Although I will say, I like the look of this one a lot so far, but when you think about it, like, and I guess he does have 4 tackles in the first round projected, and I think Leatherwood's going to be in that conversation as well. But like, I don't know, I feel like there should be more first round offensive linemen. I guess it's not that bad though. Yeah, this looks like a really solid class so far. I don't think Xavier Thomas is being overrated as he is in a lot of these. I mean, Marvin Wilson's unbelievable. This one could be very, very nice. So I'm excited to try this one out. I still feel like Patrick Surtain is definitely the best corner in this class. I think Sean Wade, I played a lot in the nickel last year. I'm not really sure that he's going to be the same type of player on the outside. Very well could be, and played on the outside successfully. But Patrick Surtain is just so unbelievable when you watch him. Teams don't even target him. Like, they just don't. Even against LSU would not target him. Is so sticky in man-to-man coverage. I think Patrick Surtain, at least right now, is definitely the best corner in the 2021 class. But this looks like a really solid class, so I'm excited for this. And I am going to scout quarterback because, let's be honest. Oh, man, Trey Lance is a 4th rounder. Let's be honest, man. Like, Dak Prescott is asking for way too much money. We just can't be paying him that. Also, we are at the midseason mark. Things are kind of officially underway. 5-2. This team should be performing pretty well. I mean, this is definitely the best team in the NFC East roster-wise. I think the Eagles are right up there, but I think the Cowboys have the slight edge for the time being. The Cowboys have a really good team, and we will be upgrading our players at this moment. People always ask me why I don't go week by week. It's just because it's so much easier to simulate to the midseason mark. I mean, it's not worth it to simulate week by week and upgrade the players. So I usually have auto progress on to the end of the season. And I feel like it's just a better way to do it. I don't know. You can agree or disagree. That is entirely up to you. But you were going to simulate to the end of the season. This could very well be a playoff team. And I'm sure, I would almost guarantee you it goes very, very far down from here. But let's see. Did we make the playoffs? Yes. First round bye after a 42-3 Week 17 loss to the Redskins. What happened? This was a 13-win team that just put up 3 points against the Redskins. Maybe the CPU came up with the bright idea to sit starters as Dak had a career year. 32nd in the league in passing yards, even with the first defense, as Zeke went absolutely off. I mean, Dak's numbers weren't all that bad, to be fair. Just, a low amount of passing yards, because Ezekiel Elliott seemed like he was a one-man show, averaging over 5.5 per carry, 1,800 yards, 18 touchdowns, no fumbles, broke 58 tackles. Receiving, wow, what is happening? Blake Jarwin led the team not only in catches, but yards as well. Second in touchdowns. Amari Cooper had 8. I think we're going to change up the offense a little bit more to reflect the 3 wide receiver sets that we're going to be seeing more often with this team. What a weird offense. Jalen Smith had a great year, 103 tackles, 4 for loss, 5 sacks, and a pick. When you check out the sacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had 11. They're doing a lot of that at the YMCA recently. Gerald McCoy with 9. 9 for Alden Smith. Interceptions, 2 for LVE, Jordan Lewis, and Xavier Woods. A number of other players all had 1. Forced fumbles, 2 for Alden Smith, also recovered 2. And we had a defensive touchdown on the team, Jordan Lewis. We'll check out the yearly award. Zeke probably deserves some MVP votes. Finishes in 3rd behind Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson. Gotta love Mitch Trubisky getting involved there. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Aaron Rodgers. Zeke at 3. No at the Cowboys. Defensive Player of the Year goes to the rookie, Isaiah Simmons. Jalen Smith at 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Kyler Murray. Tony Pollard at 9. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Isaiah Simmons. That one, should be an easy guess. If you know he won Defensive Player of the Year, probably was the best rookie. And no Cowboys in sight. But this is a playoff team. This is not only a playoff team, but it is a first-round bye team. 13-3. We got the Bucs in the divisional. Let's see if we can advance to the NFC Conference Championship, and we can. 34-28 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We'll use some Coach XP, and I think I'm going to spend that on DB, LB, D-line, and we'll do O-line as well. I wasn't going to. I was going to save it for QB because we don't know who our QB is even going to be, but I think that makes sense. So, we got Cardinals, Cowboys. The winner of this will play in the Super Bowl, and it is the Dallas Cowboys. And the Bengals with Joe Burrow as a rookie are in the Super Bowl. Unreal. Unreal. How are the Bengals here? That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. The Bengals went literally from 0 to hero. From the first pick in the NFL draft to the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow must be on another level. What did he do? Pretty good rookie year. But how did the Bengals get here, man? I guess they're unstoppable. That's crazy. I think I'm going to try out Atlanta Falcons offense for our scheme next year, just to get, a little bit more involved in the passing game. However, this team miraculously is playing the Bengals in the Super Bowl. Now, we're going to jump in and see how that goes. But any development increases. Zeke's up to a damn 98. I think he was Superstar before, so he got Superstar X Factor. Definitely won Best Running Back in the League award. Led the league in rushing yards, won Running Back of the Year, got Superstar X Factor. Quite a year for Zeke. Quite a year. And hit first one free. He had that at the start of the year, and they took it away, which was interesting. Any other development trait increases on this team? Was DeMarcus Lawrence Superstar X Factor before? I'm not sure that he was, but he also could have been. I don't remember. Yeah, he definitely was. Okay. But I don't see anyone else. Also, I didn't change some of the rookie development traits and contracts the way I wanted to. I completely forgot about that. So I got to do that as well. Because this team had a really good draft, and players we didn't even talk about, like Bradley and and I feel like I don't want to lose these guys, even if they're buried in the depth chart at the moment. We didn't talk about Tyler Biadasz, who I think should be definitely higher than 59 overall. We didn't talk about... Well, is Bradley and not listed at a defensive end spot? How is that possible? Oh, where is Neville Gallimore? Did this team just start cutting players that weren't high enough overalls? What's happening? This is a team that also drafted Trayvon Diggs in the second round. Where are some of these players? Hold on. I didn't even mention it at the start of the video. which I should have. It just completely slipped my mind. Where are these players? So Neville Gallimore and Trevon Diggs are on the practice squads, as is Bradley and I. Why are they here? So I gave Trevon Diggs star development and a 4-year contract. He's going to be more featured next year. And Reggie Robinson actually was another rookie that is pretty highly touted coming out of Tulsa, believe it or not, but is pretty technically good. His technique is extremely solid, especially for what I think a 4th round draft pick. But we're going to make a lot more room because a lot of these guys are just not going to be here next year. Not necessarily at cornerback, but at defensive tackle, I think is a big position where guys are going to move. And Neville Gallimore, who I also gave star development, is going to play a little bit more. Like Dontari Poe is someone not in the long-term future of this team. Gerald McCoy definitely isn't, but he's very good for now, so I'm not going to change him. I'm unsure about Antoine Woods. We might even move to a 3-4. I think it would better fit this personnel group a lot to get the better players involved. So across our defensive line, we could have something like Gerald McCoy, Neville Gallimore, Antoine Woods as a 3, and then we have DeMarcus Lawrence playing outside linebacker the way he did at Boise State. We'll have, a need on the edge, and we could play Alden Smith there. And then we'll have Leighton Vander Esch and Jalen Smith up the middle, both playing inside linebacker. But yeah, it's amazing what Andy Dalton can do for a team. That's why the Cowboys are in the Super Bowl, clearly. 86 overall to the Bengals, 81. We'll see what this team is capable of and if they can actually win a Lombardi for the first time since let me make a guess here, 1990, I want to say 8, but I also want to say 1996. I want to say 1996. Yes, 1996. Good on me. Almost made a mistake there, but I remembered correctly. There also is a lot of speculation right now that Jamal Adams is going to be traded to the Cowboys, or from the Jets at the very least. I might make a video talking about all of that, so if you're interested in hearing my take on Jamal Adams, one of the league's best safeties, potentially being moved off the Jets, definitely make sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for that, as this Cowboys team is going to take a 7-0 lead over the Bengals here. As we're into the second quarter, they're going to tie things up, but we fire right back with a touchdown of our own. But the Bengals capitalize with a field goal. 17-10 Cowboys now in the second half. This game's flying into the fourth quarter, and the Bengals are not going down without a fight, as they're going to take a lead here late in the fourth quarter. 2 minutes to play. This should be the 2-minute warning, as we're on defense, and we need to stop Joe Burrow. We need to stop Joe Burrow right now. Oh my goodness, 2 minutes and 5 seconds. We need this football back. At the very least, probably need to hold them to a field goal. How did this go so poorly? 2nd and 6. They're definitely not passing, right? Can I bring HaHa Clinton-Dix into the box to make a play? Oh, that's a nice tackle. We're going to need to call timeouts here, too. And this is not really a gameplay series. I know I have had franchise series in the past. I stopped Dolphins franchise this year just because the game is not a ton of fun for me to play in general. And in the rebuild series, of course, it's more about building the team, drafting, free agency, etc. I'm not really much of a player, as DeMarcus Lawrence is 5.5 sacks in the Super Bowl. He's 5.5 sacks in the Super Bowl. What an amazing game from DeMarcus Lawrence, as he seems to be the only one playing defense for us. And this is a long field goal. Fat Randy's going to kick it. That one is up and no good. Wide right. Field positioning. End time. End of timeout. Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl. We got Dak Prescott. Amari Cooper split out wide left. We got Blake Jarwin in the slot. Ceedee Lamb and Michael Gallup out wide. Zeke in the backfield. Let's make a play. I wanted the slant across the middle. I'm going to throw it now. Lead it upfield. Not the timing you want on that at all. I didn't make a decision fast enough. It's weird. I almost never play this game except for when I'm recording. So I just I don't know. I'm so bad offensively because I don't know the money plays. I just choose whatever the CPU tells me to choose. As we're going to get it off to Zeke here. And I'm going to stay in bounds, as we don't want the Bengals to have a ton of time if we score. And I think we're going to score. I think we're going to, so I'm not really too worried about it. It is 3rd and 2. 2 out routes on the field. One of them is an option with Michael Gallup kind of running it out. And we're going to throw shorter to Ceedee Lamb, who breaks a tackle. Not even the right throw, probably, but he's looking exactly like he did at Oklahoma. So great after the catch, making people miss. I'm going to step up with Dak here, And I want Zeke. I'm going to throw it anyway. We're leading him. What is that animation? He was wide open. This is why I hate Madden 20. This is why I hate Madden 20. Was it the right read? Probably not, knowing me. But how open was that? This is like the best play you're ever going to see from me. Feel pressure coming in off the edge. I step up through the block. I mean, we had the middle of the field wide open with Blake Jarwin, to be fair. I was already rolling out, so that's kind of not an option. Could have dumped it down. That's fair. But Zeke has all this free real estate. And look at this. Good pass lead. He definitely has a step and locks into an animation at this point. And suddenly it's a jump ball, and obviously he's a running back. He's not going to win that. Animation 20 at its best. And now we're in a situation on 2nd and 10. Only backups on the field besides Dak and Blake Jarwin, who is not exactly a great starting tight end. So we're going to roll out. I have options. I'm just going to throw it to Tony Pollard. That's a good juke. I don't really want to use that timeout yet. I think I'm going to call one more play. That's a lot of time that just ticked off. I want to get over the middle of the field, though. Blake Jarwin's probably my read. I just held on to the football way too long. Blake Jarwin, you got to make the catch. Couldn't. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I've not handled this situation well. But we have just enough time to get down and get a closer shot at the end zone. Ceedee Lamb, please. It's overthrown. Again, probably not the right read. I'm blind. I don't look at what's open. I like that play, though. We're going to call it again. 4 seconds. Super Bowl on the line. They're blitzing. I mean, Blake Bell is not going to get open here. Actually, oh, he could. We just need the time. We just need the time. Here comes the blitz. Open. Please, Ceedee. Fight, end zone, touchdown, Super Bowl. Ceedee Lamb breaks the tackle. Gets into the end zone. And we're going to win the Super Bowl here on the absolute final play of the game. And actually, here's what we're going to do. As to not screw myself with a blocked extra point return for a touchdown. We're going to spike the ball for the victory. 200 IQ. Can't somehow screw me over if I spike the ball directly into the ground. The Cowboys are Super Bowl champions. Thankfully, Ceedee Lamb bails me out. I'm not a good player. I'm fully aware of that. I don't care to be. Sometimes it needs to happen. That's why good players make good plays. That's why you get those good players. This is why I rebuild the team. Free agency looking very interesting for us. Or re-signing free agents is looking interesting. I'm not going to bring back Aldon Smith. Let's be real here. He could very well have a good season in real life, by the way. He's still probably a great player, despite all of his character flaws, we'll say. Greg Zuerlein, I'm not going to re-sign because we can get him for cheaper than what he's asking for in free agency here. We can get him for way cheaper than that. Blake Jarwin, I can do better. Antoine Woods, we have a ton of defensive tackle depth, ton of receiver depth. We just don't need some of these players. So I'm going to let everybody walk, except I do plan on bringing Greg Zuerlein back. But what an unbelievable game, particularly from Ceedee Lamb and DeMarcus Lawrence, too. He might have even been the Super Bowl MVP. But it's free agency. I almost never sign anyone here who is not a kicker or a punter, as I mentioned, countless times. I am going to bring Greg Zuerlein back. But other than that, I think we're going to be fine. And we'll just target other guys in the draft. NFL draft time. Greg Zuerlein has not signed yet. Annoying. And also, what's the deal with Dak's contract? What's the deal with that? Because, I mean, he was playing under the franchise tag in theory this year. So, how does he still have 2 years remaining? Does he have that in real life? Yeah, in real life, he's a free agent after the 2020 season because he's playing under the franchise tag. Did he not sign that? Now, Spotrac here, or Spot Rack, whatever that's called. I think it's Spotrac. It says he signed a 1-year, $31.4 million contract with the Dallas Cowboys with an average annual salary of the 31.4 mil. But that's not really a contract, right? That's his. It's a franchise tag. So why is this contract so wrong in the game? We'll put him into his third year here. which means, yeah, now we have him set up under the franchise tag. It didn't have that before, obviously, because he didn't sign the franchise tag in real life. You know, the years are not exactly correct with Madden, but now it's going to be. So this 2020 season is going to be his final year with the team. We're going to pretend he's on the franchise tag now. Of course, we're picking at number 32 overall. The Rams have the number 1 overall pick. That's interesting. This was a weird year, but I'm ready to replace Dak Prescott potentially, and I want to see what the top 5 would look like. Rams take Penei Sewell out of Oregon. I feel like he's almost a little low at 75 overall. He's a really, really good tackle prospect. Trevor Lawrence is up to an 80 now. Well, I guess this is a different draft class, so I don't really even know what this looks like. Jags take Dylan Moses, and the Jets take Marvin Wilson. What a pair that would be next to Quinnen Williams. But we're going to simulate now to number 32 and see who is on the board. Can't believe the Bengals were in the Super Bowl. Now, a lot of receiver options, obviously, a lot of running back options. Don't really want to do any of that. We could take a tight end here. Like Pat Freiermuth would make a ton of sense at this spot. I'm saying Max Worthy's a first-round guy. That's interesting. A tight end is a very likely position here, and Freiermuth would be a great addition to the team. Now, at the same time, we could go for an offensive lineman. It is a pretty big need for the team. Could go with an edge rusher. I feel like Quincy Roche is being disrespected at the moment as well. Obviously, you know, no class is going to be perfect, but I particularly don't like the ratings on this one, as far as I can tell so far. But we're going to take Pat Freiermuth here, who is a 73 overall star or better development. I think this was definitely the pick here. Got to replace Blake Jarwin, and he's going to be the pick for me to replace Blake Jarwin. Not much of a route runner on this, but he has decent speed, decent acceleration. He is okay catching. 81 is pretty good, I guess. 79 catching traffic. Not too bad. He will be our tight end of the future. Hopefully has superstar development, although it would more likely will be a star. The Bengals get Rashad Bateman. Continuing to add to that stacked receiver group now with AJ Green, however he ends up bouncing back, and Tyler Boyd, and they drafted T. Higgins. Now getting Rashad Bateman. Who knows if John Brown can bounce back, or bounce. He's never really been anything in the NFL. I don't really want to take a receiver here. So this next pick, I guess, will be only for depth, which I don't even know what we need for depth. I could take a quarterback. Let's go Trey Lance. Why not? Looks pretty awful in this game. He's a 69 overall, so not terrible, to be fair. But in that draft class, it's the 115th best player. Not great. Only normal development. He actually doesn't look too bad, though. Why is his overall being dragged down so heavily? Awareness, I guess? I mean, none of his ratings are too high. But that's definitely a player that we can develop. The normal development, though, sucks. Why is that so low? I feel like Trey Lance should have at least star at this point. I mean, small-time college. Maybe his overalls can be lower, but, I mean, you're going to give him normal development as well? That's just mean. Feels like all these players are rated highly, and then their true talent is really bad. Chris Olave is here in the third. I mean, do we need run? I don't even know what position we need at this point. All right, I'm sending Dontari Poe and Darrell Worley to the Bills for a second-round pick next year. I just don't really want those players. Trading Darrell Worley is going to give an awesome opportunity for Trevon Diggs to play a lot more. And Dontari Poe just didn't really fit my long-term plans. Getting a bit older now, and now we have the opportunity for Trysten Hill and Neville Gallimore to play a lot more. Tyrone Crawford's on this team. I kind of forget about him. We need a linebacker, actually. Because Sean Lee is not it anymore. What is his contract also? I don't even want to see it. I mean, can't really cut him right now. But we could take, I think linebacker would be good. I want Trevon Diggs to play a lot more. I just don't really see an opportunity for him. Unless I were to move, like, I mean, Jordan Lewis, I guess, would profile best as a safety. More, like, out of all the cornerbacks. But I don't really love that fit. How do I get Diggs more playing time? That's the biggest question. I think this is more of a 3-4 team. In which case, we would need another edge rusher. I don't really feel comfortable playing Tyrone Crawford in that role. But I suppose he would be... He's like my... He's not... He can't. He's a defensive tackle. I don't know what to do here. We're going to take Damone Clark here out of LSU. I think he's the best option. He's a 71 overall, number 54 in the class. We took him at 96. He could probably, he's going to start right away, actually. Yeah, he's going to start over Sean Lee. Just don't want Sean Lee anymore. Damone Clark probably is going to be at least a 72 overall, right outside linebacker anyway. We'll stay in the 4-3, and I need to draft a center because based on this roster, anyone is going to be better than Tyler Biadasz at the moment. Not these guys, though. Not these guys at all. Tommy Kramer's a pretty good player in real life, so we'll see how good he is in the game. 68 overall, number 202. We took him at 128. That just shows you how overpowered this class, though, is as a whole. It makes it so deep when a 68 overall, which is like based on Madden 20 default rosters, like auto-generated, that's either near the end of the first round or a middle to top of the second round pick, and he's number 202. So he's gonna play center for us, and I'm gonna simulate to the end of the draft. The CPU will probably draft a bunch of high 60s at the very worst, based on the way this class looks. So, did I not skip to the end? Get me out of here. Also, Lenore there from Oregon, he's supposed to be a lot better than like a 5th rounder. So this class is interesting. Diamador Lenore. Or Lenoir. I think it's Lenore, but did the CPU draft us high 60s? Yes, they did. Wyatt Hubert, nice. Josh Peterson. More white tight ends. That's a staple of the Dallas Cowboys at this point. Blake Bell. Blake Jarwin. If your name is Blake, you're going to be on the team. Dalton Schultz is the whitest tight end group of all time. Pat Freiermuth now. Jason Witten, obviously. I mean, not that it matters, but like, who's the last non-white tight end I can even think of on this team? I mean, they have a Cole Hikutini on the roster, but like his name's Cole, first of all. He looks pretty white to me. I mean, what about 2019? Or what? Jeez. I mean, Jeff Swaim's another one. I don't know why this matters so much to me. I'm sure there is a non-white tight end that I'm forgetting about, but also there might not be. That's the funniest thing about this, is there might actually not be. James Hanna, back in 2017. I don't know. I'm gonna say he looks white to me. Again, I'm not sure why this matters. James Hanna looks like he could be mixed. Again, it doesn't matter, but I am curious. Now, I will say James Hanna looks mixed. That's just not good enough for me. I need more. You gotta wonder why I'm doing this. I don't really know. This is a gigantic waste of my time for almost no payoff, I'll tell you that. And I know there are a lot of people out there being like, is this racist? I don't think so. But I am curious. What I will say as well is that on Pro Football Reference, where I'm looking into this, there are a lot of players with unspecified positions, and I'm like going over them quickly. And there's one, Gavin Escobar. That's another tough one because I'd like to say Gavin Escobar is not necessarily white, but also there might be a little bit of milk in that milk chocolate. I'm not why did I choose those words? He might not be all the way Hispanic. I'm looking at his family right now, and yeah, I'm doing a huge deep dive in this for no reason. Very white, as far as it looks like, but I'm not sure. And that was going back to 2013. Now he was on the team for longer than that, but a lot of unspecified positions. I must have missed his name the first couple times. John Phillips in 2013. I mean, you can take a pretty good guess about him. He's whiter than I am, and that is, I know, seemingly impossible, but I promise you. Yes, finally. Martellus Bennett, 2011, was on the Cowboys. So there you go. Marty B is the last one who's definitely not a little white. He definitely isn't, I can tell you. I wasted like 20 minutes doing that for weird reasons, I guess. But anyway, Pat Freiermuth will be our starting tight end. I think that's the long and the short of that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really sure what was going on there. I'm a troubled youth, even though I'm old now. whatever. Damone Clark, we're going to make him a right outside linebacker. And hopefully he's at least a 72 overall. He might even be a 73. I doubt a 74, though. But I suppose that's always possible. But he's a 74. Wow. Life's crazy. But yeah, this is going to be the team that we field. Got a lot more players getting more playing time. I don't really want Jordan Lewis on this team. I'm going to be honest with you. I want Trayvon Diggs to get more playing time. I just don't see a way where that would happen. Anthony Brown is useless for us. We don't have a kicker. I do not want a Woozier in the slot at all. Are we really going to start Randy Gregory as a rush end? That feels like a bad idea. DeMarcus Lawrence is going to be our rush right end. We're going to move Tyrone Crawford to rush left end. Actually, no, I'm going to flip that. I am going to do it. Randy Gregory, rush right end. Rush defensive tackle. I mean, Tyrone Crawford also can't be that. I guess Tristan Hill. I need a true edge. I mean, that's just a team need of ours. That's all that is. Slot corner. I don't know what to do about this just yet. I guess Jordan Lewis. That's not ideal. And the slot receiver is always weird in this game. I mean, Ceedee's not really a slot receiver. I would say more so Amari Cooper suited to the slot. But I would rather have him be our Z. Ceedee Lamb is our more typical X. That doesn't really exist so much in Madden, though. I don't know the order that I want these guys to play in. I'm going to leave Ceedee Lamb in the slot just because those typically get a ton of targets. And then, I mean, that's the rest of the team. It's a little strange. I want Diggs to play more just because he was part of this draft class. But I don't really know who to play him over. That's the thing. So it'll just be our fourth cornerback for the time being. Even though I highly doubt that ends up being his role 2 years down the line after he gets drafted. But, I mean, he was relegated to the practice squad here so far. So his development really didn't get a chance to blossom in year one. But that is our team. Of course, we're using auto-generated draft classes from this point forward in this particular rebuild. And we will simulate to the midseason mark. Oh, yeah, I wanted to change the playbook to Atlanta just to give that a shot. And I know there's probably a lot of like non-rebuild focused stuff this episode, which hopefully most people don't care about, or most people don't care that I'm doing that. So this might be a long episode. I know a lot of people like that, but if you're like, oh, just shut the fuck up, get to the point already. Sorry. Week 8, I got to piss pretty bad, but we're 5-2, and we just got decimated by the Saints, 42-14. Every time I stop the sim, we allow 42 points and a big loss. Still atop the NFC East. I'm curious to see how this offense is performing. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Freiermuth. I'm curious to see how this offense is performing under the new playbook. The Falcons might be very good. We're the 18th best offense. Still not, I mean, the Dak is not doing anything amazing. He's on pace for 24 passing touchdowns, which is not particularly impressive. Zeke is probably still shouldering the weight of the offense on his back, which is fine. I mean, he's a really, really good player, so I'm not particularly annoyed at that. Chidobe Awuzie is a free agent. I still have to go to the bathroom pretty bad. Dak is here, obviously. Jordan Lewis, Xavier Woods, Tyrone Crawford, Randy Gregory, who I'm not bringing back. Andy Dalton was a big part of our Super Bowl run last year, so that's going to be imperative to bring him back. Tyrone Crawford, I don't want. He's 30. He's regressing. Xavier Woods, I think we can do better than, but he's not a bad player, so I might end up bringing him back. Again, I don't really want Jordan Lewis too badly, but it's tough to say no to a 25-year-old who is that high of an overall. I just can't do Dak. I can't. I got to do Chidobe Awuzie. He's a beast, but Dak's got to go for, what, 30 mil? Only 20. I mean, I gotta bring him back probably for that price. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right, that took way longer than I expected, but when a piss turns into a shit, it happens quicker than you're really ever ready for, but thank goodness, as long as I'm not in Madden, I'm actually extremely good under pressure. But yeah, more info than you really needed to know. But nevertheless, we are back. Real life, like, I don't know, probably 20 minutes past. Who knows? I've been recording for an hour and 48 minutes already, so that's not good. It is 2:43 in the morning. Not ideal. Chidobe Awuzie is going to sign a 5-year contract worth almost $63 million. And I feel like Dak is worthy of an extension if it's only 20 per year. Now, this is a hefty contract that's only going to get more expensive over time. We don't exactly have a ton of cap room, but I feel like this is the right move for our team. Now, I don't really want him for 5 years. That's the problem. And I feel like this is the same situation that happened the last time I did the Cowboys. I just don't want him for 5 years. I want him really for 2 or 3, but he's not going to accept a 2 or 3 year deal, even if I amp up the money a lot, because that's almost 29 mil. And he wants a bigger bonus and a longer amount of time on the contract. And I just don't want to give him that. I'm not willing to commit to him as the long-term option. So I think it just might be a situation. I'm not paying Jordan Lewis that, by the way, so you can forget about that. I think this might be a situation where I just end up franchise tagging him and seeing if I can draft a better quarterback under him, potential-wise. Again, I'm not really sure what's going to happen just yet. I mean, we do have Trey Lance. I really need him to develop quickly. In fact, we'll make him a QB2. Not that that's going to matter a whole ton. But all right, we'll simulate to the playoffs, see where we are. Ooh, another first round bye. This time, it was the Cowboys beating the Redskins in Week 17 with a 42-point offensive outburst. They scored 13, and we went 11-5, making the divisional round of the playoffs. We ended up having the 12th offense in the league, and the second best defense is really the defense that's keeping this team together. And Dak had a better year, at least in terms of yards. And Zeke really even had a better year than he did last year. Yeah, the yards are down, the touchdowns are down, even though they're extremely high. He just got fewer touches and averaged 6 yards per carry. That is ridiculous. Did fumble twice this year. Ceedee Lamb caught 81 balls for over 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns. Unreal from him. Amari Cooper was very solid. Pat Freiermuth as a rookie was very good. Michael Gallup was okay. Defensively, Leighton Vander Esch had a very, very good year. Very good year. Jordan Lewis had 8 picks. Man, I might actually have to bring him back. Gerald McCoy had 22 tackles for loss. I mean, that's insane. 9 sacks from DeMarcus Lawrence led the way. Gerald McCoy with 8.5. 8 picks for Jordan Lewis. That's like the highest total I've probably ever seen in Madden 20. Simulation also had a defensive touchdown. That was Chidobe Awuzie. I mean, maybe he deserves a contract. Josh Allen wins MVP. No Cowboys. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Russell Wilson. No Zeke. Leighton Vander Esch wins Defensive Player of the Year. Really? No, there's Jordan Lewis at number 5. I was looking for him, didn't see him. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Pat Freiermuth. And another tight end, Kyle Pitts, behind him. Brevin Jordan, another tight end at number 4. Not even like the Bucs utilized tight end at all. That's interesting to see him in there. I guess tight end really ruled that draft class. Defensive Rookie of the Year was James Wiggins. Gregory Rousseau went to the Vikings. That'd be interesting. And the Cowboys, Damone Clark finished in there at number 9. Another first round buy. I'm going to buy quarterback XP here for our training boost. Maybe, we can eventually have Trey Lance be that guy. We have any player upgrades? Yeah, we have a lot of them. We're going to be so ready to go for this divisional. Freiermuth might have his development go up. We don't even know what it was, to be honest, because it could be superstar already. Who knows? Although I highly doubt it, but it could be. Who knows what this guy did? And it is only star. I wouldn't be shocked if Ceedee Lamb had his development go up to superstar X Factor in the Super Bowl week. Biadasz is our starting center. I never made it Tommy Kramer. That was a little bit of a mistake, but it didn't seem to matter too much. And then defensively, maybe Damone Clark gets a development increase. We need an edge rusher super, super bad. And then Jordan Lewis, I mean, he very well could have won Defensive Back of the Year. He made the Pro Bowl. We could see a development increase for him. And if he goes up to star development, that's absolutely a player I want for the future. Now, the question is going to be, for yearly awards, did he win DB of the Year? He did, or he's going to. So, I mean, you'd have to assume that's a development trait increase. You really would. So, I need to bring him back. But we got the Panthers in the divisional. They're very, very good in simulation. This is not going to be an easy one. but we won anyway, 17-10. And now the Bears, another team that's usually very good in simulation, super high-powered offense in the conference championship. We could go to back-to-back Super Bowls. Noah Brown's going to go up to a 75 overall. This is a huge game. Back-to-back Super Bowl appearances for the Cowboys. Will it be a thing? No. Titans, Bears in Super Bowl 55. We don't make it. But now the question's going to be, how'd we do in terms of development trait increases? Did we get any? I sure hope so. Ceedee, Superstar X Factor, let's go. That's excellent. Freiermuth stays the same. Defensively, Jordan Lewis stays the same. However, Gerald McCoy goes up to Superstar at now 32, 33 years old. Leighton Vander Esch goes up to Superstar. For what reason? He won Defensive Player of the Year. Did he really? Did I miss that? I don't know. Maybe. Did Jalen Smith have star the whole time? I think so. My memory is like not that good for the short term, which is concerning. It's something I should look into probably. How did Jordan Lewis not go up? Led the NFL in interceptions, won DB of the year, made the Pro Bowl. They're like, fuck him. No development trait increase. Development trait. Like, that's so bad. That's so bad, dude. I mean, he was the best defensive back in the NFL. Jeez. Is Dak regressing? He's not yet. I just don't want to. I don't want to give him a massive deal. I might end up franchise tagging him. Jordan Lewis, I will bring back. Even though it's expensive, I'm going to prioritize our second best corner over the potential franchise QB. Tyrone Crawford, I'm not bringing back. Not bringing back Randy Gregory. Not bringing back Noah Brown. Maybe Andy Dalton at QB3 is the reason we didn't make the Super Bowl again. Real possibility. I'm not bringing back Dak. If he's available on the open market, maybe. I assume he'll have some offers from some teams, but also Patrick Mahomes could be here. Bring him back to Texas. Of course, went to Texas Tech. Gerald McCoy regressed heavily. Is down to an 81. But Kenny Clark is here. I'm going to offer him a contract. This is really expensive. Might bring that salary down. Keep the bonus a little bit higher. It's only 57 total points. I really doubt he accepts that. I'm going to leave that as is, though. Kenny Galladay's here with Superstar X Factor. That doesn't make sense. Doesn't really make sense to bring in a cornerback at all. DeForest Buckner's here. Oh, my goodness. I would prefer getting Kenny Clark, but I am going to offer on Patrick Mahomes. That's just way too good to turn down. We don't really have a ton of cap room, but Mahomes is a super big difference maker. That's 59 total points, and that's all of our money. We're going to withdraw on Kenny Clark and go balls to the wall for Mahomes. I mean, this is a huge priority. We're going to clear up some cap space. Question is, how do I do that? The answer is cutting Gerald McCoy. I already know that, but I don't want to, just because that's sad. I mean, a lot of these players are getting paid a ton. Gerald McCoy's got to go. He has to. He has to. That's a shame. But we're going to free up $6.5 million almost. Penalties, 3.5 almost, but I mean, it's just what had to happen. And honestly, Anthony Brown should get cut as well. What's that penalty? I mean, we could trade him. That would be a little bit more responsible. Sean Lee's getting cut. There's going to be no trade value there. So we'll cut him, take the penalty. That profile, that player picture, or player model, disgusting. Jameez Olawale, I'm probably going to cut him. Just don't need him. Sorry, Jameez. Raider legend. Why are you getting paid more than Michael Gallup? Cut. We have Anthony Brown, or the reason I'm trading Anthony Brown, we have Trayvon Diggs behind him. He's our third corner anyway. He's getting paid more than what I want to realistically give him. The question just becomes, what team do I trade him to? Falcons? Falcons could use a corner. I know they drafted AJ Terrell, and they have Isaiah Oliver there. Could we get a first-round pick for Anthony Brown? Let's work up a package together. We have Dorrance Armstrong Jr. we could trade. Not a ton of value there, even though they might be a little bit interested. Donovan Wilson probably won't have much value. Would they want Dorrance Armstrong Jr.? I mean, he's young, and he's not bad. Yeah, we can work something out here. Let's just do that. Anthony Brown, Dorrance Armstrong Jr. for a first-round pick for the Falcons. I'm in. Did we fleece them a little bit? Yeah, we did. There's no but. That's just, we did. All right, we got both Kenny Clark and Patrick Mahomes. What an unbelievable free agent class. Obviously headlined by Patrick Mahomes. It annoyed me that I said Patrick like that, so I just finished out. But Pat Mahomes is the new starting quarterback of this Dallas Cowboy team. I would probably end it all if this were to happen in real life. But this Cowboys offense is, oh, I don't know, ridiculously good. Can we get his freaking X Factor activated? All right, bazooka activated. Defensively, only have 2, but I mean, Kenny Clark is such an amazing addition to this team. Edge rusher is still a huge need. When we have Wyatt Hubert, I don't know who this is. I'm going to level with you. No clue. I don't want him to be our starter at right end. Might have to come to that. That'd be poor. But it might have to come to that, depending on what we can do in the draft. So the Dolphins went with a tight end at number 1. That's pretty good value there for that position. We pick at number 11. And the question is, what player do I want to potentially move up for? Now, there are a number of positions that we can address in this draft. Center is one of them. I don't want to throw Biadash out there another year. The rest of the offensive line looks pretty sick. Even Connor Williams is fine. Hook 'em horns. I mean, L. Collins is developing so well. Receivers are nuts. Running back's fine. Offense is cool. Safety is a position of need. Outside linebacker and edge rusher. I think defensive tackle is honestly fine. But safety, I mean, Xavier Woods, we re-signed. Cheap deal. But he's not exactly getting any better. Clinton Dix, he might be in a contract year at this point. 28 years old, which means in Madden 20, he's going to start to regress. So the highest overall he'll ever get up to, and he's in a contract year, likely will be, if he gets some good experience points this year, maybe an 83, 84 at his 82 overall, maybe 85 with morale, something like that. But I think safety is a position that we could definitely take. Safety, edge, maybe even linebacker, and then center. It's a shame we don't need receiver because other than being slow, Jaden Bradford looks incredible. Titus Day looks very solid. A first-round guy here. He looks really awful. Gotta love a blocking tight end. That's worth a first-round pick. Moses Waddle out of Buffalo. I mean, there's one good Buffalo pass rusher in the NFL. And there's one good Buffalo player in the NFL, Khalil Mack. I don't love the rest of these edge rushers at left end, at least. Maybe right end will offer. Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't offer anything better. Perhaps outside linebacker will have a decent pass rusher or 2. Leonard Hayden looks like great value in the 7th round. You're a run stopper. That doesn't necessarily help me. Looks very solid, though. Lindell McDaniels looks like he could be pretty solid. Athleticism does matter, and he is pretty fast. Damn, there's not a lot of players that I actually want to take here. A lot of cornerbacks who look really awful, and then some guys that look solid. This is a Buffalo player. 6 flat, 214, with excellent zone coverage, heavy bench press. Charles Edens might be a target of mine. Maybe even at number 11, to be honest. I'll probably trade down if I want to do that. But he looks like he's a safety, which I'm in on. I'm in on that. I mean, Davin Owens looks like he's really, really good as well. 6'4", only 198, maybe more suited for free safety. Maybe we just take both of them. Maybe we end up moving up in the draft to take Davin Owens out of Miami. Pretty good Miami safeties in the past. Ed Reed being the most notable one that comes to mind. Then, of course, Sean Taylor. Beast, rest in peace. And then I think, obviously, the next name that jumps to mind is Sheldrick Redwine. I can't come up with another Miami safety. I'm sure I can. Former New York Giant. Why am I blanking on his name right now? Kenny Phillips. Kenny Phillips. Are there any other Miami safeties? Oh, yeah, Brennan Merriweather was Miami. I forgot about that. Antrell Roll came up, but, like, I mean, he didn't really play safety at Miami. He was drafted as a corner. He played safety with the Giants. He was a beast for the Giants, actually, like, later in his career. But he was a corner. So, even though he didn't play corner for the Giants, I guess that counts. I want to trade up to 4. And I don't know how I'm going to do it right now. All right. Very interesting trade here. HaHa Clinton-Dix is headed to the Browns. We're trading number 29 overall and a second round pick, number 61 overall, for a first rounder this year, number 15, and a first rounder next year, unknown at the moment, from Cleveland. Now, I plan on replacing Clinton-Dix in this very draft. So, you know, I don't mind making that move at all. And then from number 11, I'm trading up to number 4. So I traded for 15 so I could take the corner that I plan on moving to safety. And I'm trading up to number 4 so I can take the safety and play him at safety. All right, I didn't really want to do this, but this is kind of the only way that this was going to work, is trading Trysten Hill. Neville Gallimore is going to step into a starting role, but we're trading number 11, Trysten Hill, in a third rounder for number 4 from the Vikings. I just didn't want to risk this safety getting past number 4. Just couldn't do it. And is this a really high spot to take a safety? Yeah, but I mean, I just didn't trust any of these other players, certainly going off the board, and Davin Owens not being the one drafted. So I'm going to take him here at Miami. He is number 1 in the entire class. I'm excited about that. Clearly, he's star better development. Only 77 overall for the number 1 overall player means that this isn't exactly a stacked draft class, but 90 speed, 78 zone, 83 hit power. Really solid player. Can't shed a block to save his life. 46. Not good. But overall, really, really good player. He can start right away. That's going to be better than HaHa Clinton-Dix already. And then Lindell McDaniels, 76. Not too bad there. And then at number 15, provided that he is still available. The CPU draft's so weird when good players are available. I am going to pass up on all these offensive linemen and take Charles Edens out of Buffalo. He's also a 77 overall. We just drafted the number 1 and number 2 best players in the class. We're taking my 15 here. Star or better development. I want to say they gave him Jeff Heath's number. Jeff Heath was either 38 or 48. I want to say he was 38. The legend that is Jeff Heath. Yeah, 38. Huge shoes to fill, obviously. He's got nice tackling, though, so it shouldn't be much of an issue. And his hit power is also nice. Can't man cover at all. This is why this guy's a safety. 95 speed, 80 zone coverage. I mean, free safety. The other one's going to play strong safety. And, I mean, Xavier Edwards, who cares? If we take the number 3 overall player in the class here, it's not possible, but, I mean, that'd be cool. There's a defensive tackle. This center looks pretty good. We're going to take Mateo Guerrero here. Mateo Guerrero out of Illinois. Welcome to the squad. 67 overall, normal development. He's good enough to be our starting center, though. So maybe that's where we're going to play him. That's a Vlad Guerrero Sr.'s son. Facts. Leonard Hayden, backup defensive tackle. 68 overall. Ranked number 57. We took him at 125, which was even way too early. Good block shedder. Decent finesse moves as well. Not a bad player. But that will do it for this draft. The CPU drafted a star or better development running back. What? Imagine that this is anything higher than star. Not possible. Not possible. I had to check just because it didn't matter. I usually don't check, but he's a 58 overall. He's not playing because he had a higher development trait, you know? We have Brian Edwards now and Antonio Gandy Golden. Interesting. And Byron Pringle. That's his name. Now, I didn't address edge. I guess Hubert's going to play. But we did get 2 safeties. Which, I mean, that, you know, invaluable. I'm playing Edens over Woods. I don't care. What are the odds that we have the number 1 and number 2 overall best players in that class, and they're only star development? One of those guys has to be at least superstar. I refuse to believe otherwise. It's a solid team other than that. I mean, I don't even know where we're going to play all these guys. Xavier Woods might be our nickel corner. They want Jordan Lewis there, which I guess works too. Trayvon Diggs can be our number 2, and he'll be on the boundary. Michael Gallup's not going to be in the slot. The defensive line's pretty good. Jalen Smith at sub linebacker I like quite a bit. And now the only real position of need is edge. We're going to simulate now to the midseason mark. See how this team's doing. I expect at least 5-2, maybe even better. And we are 7-0, undefeated Eagles. Actually having a pretty good season. The Giants are definitely still in contention, as I will spend some Coach XP. I don't really even need quarterback. We have Patrick Mahomes. I kind of forgot about that. I know that's like kind of a weird position to forget about and a weird player to forget about because he's so unbelievable. Do I even have a kicker on this team? We only have an 81 overall defense. Show me some great development traits. I mean, look at the skill points. That's fantastic. Show me some great development traits on defense. Owens has superstar. Edens only has star, but that's fine. That's fine. I mean, that's pretty good. No real complaints there. Jordan Lewis in the nickel. What was the thing I wanted to check on other than that? This is how I arranged receiver, by the way. I wanted to check something. Don't know. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Oh, yeah, to see if I had a kicker. We have Kaimi Fairbairn. That's who they signed. Interesting. All right, we upgraded the team. That means Davin, whatever his name is, Davin Owens, now has a development trait ability because of Superstar. And I don't worry about Kaimi Fairbairn right now. Amari Cooper needs a contract extension. We have no money. Ooh, that's no good. We're in a really tough spot, actually. Really, really tough spot. Don't like that. I don't know if we're going to be able to bring back Leighton Vander Esch, which we're going to because I'll franchise tag him. Michael Gallup's almost certainly gone. That sucks. Leighton Vander Esch has to be back. I mean, the real problem here, and it's not even a problem, it's just the situation is that we signed Patrick Mahomes to a massive deal, and we don't necessarily have the money for a lot of other players. And I'm okay with that. I knew the risk potentially going in. He's worth his salary cap hit. He is. Yeah, LVE just wants more money. Here's what's going to happen. Is I'm going to franchise tag him at the end of the season. We have no money. We have no money. Connor Williams is going to be off the team. The rest of these guys don't matter. But Michael Gallup just, he's not going to be here. We don't have the money. All right, playoff time. Even though this team is somewhat falling apart, we're not going to worry about that. No money's a tough type situation right now. But we're going to win a Super Bowl maybe, so it doesn't really even matter. First round bye. This could be a perfect season. 15-1. Fun fact. 15-1 teams historically not successful in the playoffs. First offense, 9th defense. Really, we dropped off that much. Zeke had an unbelievable year. Patrick Mahomes, unbelievable year. 4,600 yards, 51 touchdowns, 9 picks. Disgusting season. Zeke, 1,400 yards, 23 rushing touchdowns. That might be the most I've ever seen in simulation. Amari Cooper, almost 1,300 yards and 98 catches, 15 TDs. Ceedee Lamb, 9 touchdowns. Michael Gallup, 9 touchdowns. Pat Freiermuth, 8 touchdowns. 2 1,000-yard receivers. Freiermuth was close. Defensively, Jalen Smith, great year. Tackles for loss, 14 for DeMarcus Lawrence, and he also had 17.5 sacks. 11.5 for Kenny Clark. 8 for Neville Gallimore. 4 for LVE. Interceptions, 4 for the rookie Charles Edens out of Buffalo. 4 for Chidobe Awuzie, 3 for LVE, 3 for Jordan Lewis. Continuing to play well. I mean, Edens had another type of year, though. He might have won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Mahomes won MVP. Ezekiel Elliott at 7. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Patrick Mahomes. Zeke at 4. Defensive Player of the Year, Shaq Thompson. DeMarcus Lawrence at 2. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Ben Peters. No Cowboy. Or actually, John Ivey at 10. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Charles Edens. Davin Owens at 3. And that's the player I would have liked to win it anyway because he was the one who didn't have superstar development. Davin Owens had that. Lynn Dorsett at 10. Did he win Best DB? That'd be sick. Patrick Surtain on the Giants. I'd be wet. I can't say wet, but I can. Best linebacker, Khalil Mack. Any Cowboys in here? DeMarcus Lawrence is going to be there. I mean, 3 Cowboys in a row. Who Michael Thomas over Amari Cooper, Zeke, and obviously Patrick Mahomes. Unreal season. Let's see the one team that actually ended up beating this Cowboys squad. I am curious about that because we held this undefeated for a while, and it was the Redskins. What is up with us in allowing 42 points to the Redskins? Also, this team scored a stupid amount of points every game. Stupid. Stupid how amazing this offense is, which it should be, given the personnel. Amari Cooper, Ceedee Lamb, Zeke, Michael Gallup, Pat Freiermuth. Let's see if we can beat this Panther squad. Imagine losing there. No, we murdered them. 29-5. And it's the Bears again in the conference championship. We're going through them. Super Bowl. There's no way we lose again to the Bears. Thankfully, it's Cowboys, Broncos. Has that been a Super Bowl matchup before? I want to say it was Broncos 49ers. Obviously, my recollection of the 90s Super Bowls, even late 80s, not particularly great considering I wasn't alive for many of those years. I was born in the 90s, but I mean, not enough to remember if the Broncos and the Cowboys played. They actually played in 1978. Interesting. I would never have guessed that. That would have been what? Was Staubach still on the team then? I mean, that might have been Danny White. There's no way Danny White was in a Super Bowl with the Cowboys, though, right? Who was their QB? No, it was Staubach at the end of his career. He was 36. Interesting. Let's check out and see how good this team is. Show me some development trade increases, please. Please. Not really seeing any on offense. The only one that really could have gone up was Pat Freiermuth, and he just didn't. Michael Gallup really wasn't going to. Amari Cooper's playing up to a 99. Defensively, though, how do we have none? I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Edens didn't do it. Owens didn't do it. I'm mad. No, we're gonna play the Super Bowl, though. Not when I say play it, I'm not gonna play it. I might jump in. The Super Bowl's in Dallas. This is a 92 overall team. The Broncos are an 84. Let's get real here. This should not be a game. How are we down in this game? It's 10-10 now, but the Broncos offense is just a powerhouse, apparently. Stop scoring, please. It's 27-17. That was a huge stop we just made, and we finished it off with a score. Offense, please get going. It's 27 all. 3:51 remaining. Might jump in here. Please, defense, step up. Oh, and we did. Forcing a huge punt. I think we have the ball now. We do not. Did we turn it over immediately? How did that happen? That's a huge turnover, though. 1:34 to go. Should we jump in?
Prediction before watching the video. Bengal jumps in and loses, loves the game.
All right, dude. Probably. Whatever. Oh, yeah, we have Mahomes now. Let me just take a deep shot for no reason. This is not the time to do it, but we have Amari Cooper. That's a pick. I mean, Amari Cooper, thanks for playing receiver, dude. Caden Stearns. Hook 'em horns. He is superstar X Factor now. That's crazy. I will say it, though, and what the fuck? I mean, how is that just... I didn't even get an animation. And then somehow that was a pick. And Cam Newton's the quarterback of the Broncos. I mean, what's going on here? What is actually going on? I mean, look at that user. And then Trayvon Diggs is a useless human being. Get down the field, Broncos, please. I dare you. I'm going to blitz the absolute hell out of you. Cam Newton dumps it off slightly. I'm going to call a timeout. There's a chance for this Cowboys team to score. Did I absolutely ruin our entire chance of winning this game because I'm like, let's lob it up with Patrick Mahomes because we have a quarterback with a cannon now? Absolutely. Do I regret it? Not really. Oh, that was a first down? Oh, no. Bad time for me to call a timeout there, huh? Don't throw at me. How is that out of reach? How is that out of reach, dude? We're actually going to lose this game. That's so terrible. I mean, that's a great tackle. That's a great tackle. I mean, we just got to force him out of field goal range at this point. 2nd and 12. 3 receivers out here. We just got to send a blitz. That's honestly what it's going to take. And we'll see if we can take it away. I just lined up offsides. That would have been really bad. Oh, what a huge tackle by Jalen Smith. I'm going to call a timeout. 3rd and 18. Ooh, why did I call a timeout? Not a great idea there, actually. Oh, it was a phenomenal idea. So we got a sack. I don't know why I called a timeout. That was the absolute most brain-dead decision I ever could have made. And I'll tell you why I did it. Forgot the down. Oh, we won the coin toss, though. And we're going to receive. And I'm not going to play this drive stupid. I still probably will, but whatever. All right. No stupid decisions here. I mean, that's wide open. I can't not throw that. I can't not. I didn't want to. I'll tell you that. I'm always looking way deeper instead of taking what's there. Just because I'm a little idiot. But, I don't know. You can't win the game on a freaking slant, you know? That's not true. I shout out Demaryius Thomas. Shout out Tim Tebow. Shout out Pat Freiermuth. I don't know. There are not a lot of shout outs here with no, you know, no payment. I can't really be doing that. I need compensation. 3rd and 12. Can I fit that in there? I'm always asking that question, and usually the answer is no, as you found out right there. 4th and 12. I mean, I'm going for it. I don't care. All right, here we go. 4th and 12, going for it for no reason, and we're going to run with Mahomes. We got the block picked up, and being aggressive pays off. Horrific decision to go for it, but it worked out. Yo, you already know I want to take a shot here. Oh, they're blitzing? Do something. Do something. I'm going to throw it away. I tried to playmaker. Zeke's just like, I don't think so. I'm going to go back to this, what I am assuming is a cheese play. Because something maybe is always open, which I like. Is that open? Can I get that over there? Nope. I mean, I thought I had a step. Seemingly this play does not beat man coverage. Ceedee Lamb back out on the field. Are they blitzing heavy? I'm just going to throw the ball. Oh. All right, 49-yard field goal to take the lead. And we did it. Okay, so not exactly the drive of dreams. We had our fair share of opportunities. I just really didn't capitalize. Now it's time to make a stop on defense. And Cowboys legend Tony Dorsett coming out of retirement to play kickoff. You got to appreciate that level of commitment. I mean, how do you get burnt that badly? Was that Jordan Lewis? That feels like that's who 31 is. Oh no, it's Trevon Diggs. Jordan Lewis actually might be 32. All right, let's make a stop here. 1st and 10. I left that wide open. Huge hit by Trevon Diggs. Saves the game. I left that wide open. Watch me in man coverage. This feels like a bad decision. What are you doing? What are you doing, Leighton Vander Esch? I mean, I don't even know what to say. What are you doing? 3rd and 6. I haven't even noticed Noah Fant yet. Huh, looks like Cam Newton did. Idiot. Baited. User pick. Easy reads. Green eggs and ham. Jalen Smith wins us the Super Bowl. 30-27 is your final. 2nd Super Bowl victory of the video. Yeah, I mean, that was a really drawn out process. I could have probably ended that a long time ago. You know, I'm also not good. And I think that shows. I don't need to say it for you to know, but why not? All right, so Leighton Vander Esch somehow needs to return, even if we can't bring back Michael Gallup. It's just, it's unfortunate that we can't bring him back. So he's going to decline that. And then we're going to franchise tag him. It's really our only option to keep him. Unless, yeah, I mean, it's our only option. Leighton Vander Esch is getting franchise tagged to basically an edge rusher salary. And we have a lot of holes now. A lot of them. Michael Gallup is completely gone. We have no money. We're so negative in the cap now that it's painful. And you're like, how can you be a negative cap? Well, we have negative 26 mil. Because I decided to go for a franchise tag, which means I don't have to negotiate the contract, but we do get to keep him for another year. And we're gonna have to draft well, because we have, I want to say, only 1 first rounder. No, we have 2. We have 28 and 32. However, what do I really need? A left guard, maybe. I need a 3rd receiver, ideally, and then defensively, we actually might be good on defense. I could still use an edge rusher, but Hubert is getting the job done, I guess. It's kind of the nicest thing I can say about him. The defense is good. We just, I mean, maybe a defensive tackle, but probably, if anything, edge, offensive line, and wide receiver would be my 3 picks. Also, I can't draft him because we already have 2 safeties, but Cordell Jordan looks like a classic player I'd go after. He looks really, really good. I'm excited to see what his overall is. Moses Madden is his name. I mean, he could be biblically good. Also, I really want Ellis DeVoe. There's just no shot we're going to be able to draft him. I would settle for Kasim Crothers. They both look really, really good. Is there any chance I can trade him to number 2? No, there isn't. We're just going to simulate to our pick. We cannot move up. It's just not possible. But we'll see what is available here at number 28. I think we're likely just going to settle for offensive lineman, which wouldn't be the worst thing. Let's take Thomas Dempsey here to UCF. Number 12 in the draft, 75 overall, star better development. Starting center immediately. Not very strong, but very good other than that. And let's take Heath Valentine here at number 32. Offensive lineman, can replace Connor Williams already. Boom. 76 overall. He can actually start. Number 9 in the draft, we took him at 32. Only normal development. He's a lot stronger, even if he's less good in other ways than the center that we drafted. But then, there we go. 2 new starting offensive linemen. All right, we'll take Jacob Mcgraw here at the end of the second. He is a 69 overall, number 27 in the class. We took him at 64. Not so nice. Yeah, so even though he's a first-round caliber player, he's definitely not going to start. I'm just going to simulate to the end. There weren't any good receivers, but we do have 2 new starting offensive linemen, which is pretty cool, I suppose. And then defensively, yeah, we're stuck with Hubert, but I mean, he's not even that bad. So this is going to be the team for the 3rd and final season. Really amazing in some areas. I mean, the offense is juiced. We have no money. This has to be the final season. So we will be simulating to the midseason mark. It would be awesome if we could put together an undefeated season this year. 15-1 last year. We will see what we can do. All right, moment of truth here. We are 6-2, and so are the Giants. Ooh, my Giants putting up a little bit of a fight there. You like to see that? Kind of. I mean, it's a video game, so I don't really care at all. I want the Cowboys to do well here. We're up to a 92 overall. 96 offense, 88 defense. Oh, I didn't even change the depth chart. Oh, that could be why we're not doing as well as I want. All right, made some changes. We're simulating now to the playoffs. I have Amari Cooper and Ceedee Lamb as slot 1 and 2, and I think that actually will make a difference because Bryan Edwards is not suited for the slot at all, and the slot gets so many more targets for some reason in simulation, as we are a first-round bye team. 13-3, won the division. The Giants keeping up excellent pace, also at 13-3. Mahomes with a crazy year again. Did our defense step up? About the same. Mahomes, wild season again. 16 picks is not ideal, but other than that was fantastic. Zeke was fantastic. Receiving Amari Cooper, great year. Pat Freiermuth was great. Ceedee Lamb was great. And that's Bryan Edwards playing in the slot. I think all of those would have gone to Amari Cooper, or pretty much. You could take at least half. Defensively, Jalen Smith, great year. Leighton Vander Esch with a crazy good year. That might be Defensive Player of the Year numbers. Gallimore was fantastic as well, 8.5 sacks. 10.5 for DeMarcus Lawrence, though, 9 for Kenny Clark. 8.5 also for Leighton Vander Esch, who had 2 picks somehow. Jadobi Awuzie with 4. Didn't really get a ton of interceptions there. Any defensive touchdowns? No. Awards, Mahomes might have done MVP again, might have won MVP. No, he didn't. He finished at number 7. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Russell Wilson. Mahomes at 4. Zeke at 6. Dak's on the Giants. Oh, jeez. Leighton Vander Esch at 3 for Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Dudley Caldwell. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year, Angelo Gary. Jacob Mcgraw at 7. Roy Newby at 8. And it's going to be Giants-Cowboys in the divisional. What a matchup. What a matchup. We'll just simulate and see if this team can make it to the conference championship. Answer is yes. 42-31 over the Giants. Hate to see that kind of. 93 overall. 97 offense. I mean, Mahomes has a ton of XP. He's so good, though, that they can't be used. And that's a real thing. I know people are going to be complaining. Why didn't you upgrade him? Not possible. I know you could change his position and upgrade him, but like you can't upgrade him any more than this. Keeping him at QB. This team is so disgusting. Defensively, I mean, it's a stacked defense as well. And like the worst players on this team are getting to be pretty high overalls as well. I mean, Gallimore and Hubert entering the 80s. Damone Clark in the 80s already. And we'll see if this team can beat the Seahawks. Now, you can ask Jordan Babineau about whether the Cowboys are going to win this game. He might have a different answer for you than what actually happens as the Cowboys advance to the Super Bowl. That would have been embarrassing if I called that incorrectly. But it's going to be Cowboys-Browns. Very intriguing matchup. We're going for our 3rd Super Bowl victory in 4 years. Any development trait increases for the offense? No. What about for the defense? Please show me something. No. They don't hand them out. Why, dude? They need to do that more often next year, I think. Well, I mean, I guess in simulation it happens a lot less frequently than it does if you actually play the games, because you get a bunch of development trait increase moments. But we are in the Super Bowl. Cowboys-Browns, 93 overall to their 88. Again, third Super Bowl in 4 years. Is it possible? Seen it happen before? I mean, yeah, they won it in 1993 and 1994, skipped 1995 and won it in 1996. I mean, that's the exact same situation of what's happening here, right? Or actually, no, we didn't win 2 back-to-back. This would be our first one back-to-back. It was win, not win, win, and now we're here, right? I think so. But all right, we'll see what this team's capable of. The Browns are so good in simulation. Hopefully that is not the case today as we start out to an early 7-0 lead, but the Browns answer nearly right away. We score another touchdown, though. But the Browns driving right back down the field, answer with a field goal, and then another field goal before the half, making it 17-14. The Cowboys tie it up, but the Browns are not slowing down. Another touchdown, but the Cowboys answer right back. It is 24-24, 4 minutes to play here in the Super Bowl. The Cowboys take a field goal lead. Browns driving back down the field, and they are stalled as the Cowboys take the football right back. And it is a stalemate here at near midfield as no one can seem to get any distance. And what is that? The Browns got the ball back, and Baker Mayfield throws a 36-yard touchdown to Chase Claypool. We have 1 minute and 15 seconds to score a touchdown, and only a touchdown will do it. One final drive for Super Bowl glory. Once again, Mahomes standing under center, and we're going to get sacked. Tried to get it to Freiermuth, but DeForest Buckner came in hot. Where was the offensive line on that one? We have 3 timeouts. I don't want to use them right now. Might need these. I mean, now is the time where we do need these. Myles Garrett coming up as well. We're going to throw sideline down the field. Bryan Edwards can't make the catch. That's Grant Delpit in coverage. And it is 3rd and 19. How did this happen? The sack. That's how it happened. I need to get it to Ceedee Lamb, maybe. I mean, it looks like they're blitzing, sending 5. So we need to get rid of the ball quickly. They didn't. It was a bluff, and I tried to get it away. I'm trying to throw it a circle, man. We got to call a timeout. I mean, it's 4th and 31, and we have to go for it. I mean, our best chance here is throwing a jump ball, probably to Ceedee Lamb, and hopefully they just don't get to us in time. That's actually wide open. Up the middle. Cooper holds on. Timeout. What an insane 4th down conversion to keep our dreams alive. 33 seconds. We really just can't get sacked again. I'm going to block Zeke and throw probably sideline to Cooper or Lamb. One-on-one. Mahomes throwing it deep. Ceedee, go up and get it! Touchdown, Ceedee Lamb! Unbelievable catch as he goes up and he mosses the corner. 59 yards to once again put his stamp on NFL history. He's definitely leaving his mark. 2 touchdowns late in the 4th quarter in his young career. As Greedy Williams wasn't greedy enough. Ceedee Lamb literally goes through his body, takes the football away, and he is immortalized in not only NFL history, Dallas Cowboy history, receiver history. Clutch. Ceedee Lamb. 34-31 Cowboys. Now, the Browns are not out of this game yet. 21 seconds to play. Baker Mayfield could leave his mark on Super Bowl history. And they're going deep into traffic. Edens knocks it away. 14 seconds remain. The Browns need to cover a lot of yards here. They need to travel a long way to get into field goal range. The target mark is the 36. Mayfield with Chubb next to him. They're throwing short and incomplete. It's down to 4th and 5, 11 seconds to go. They don't need to take a shot at the end zone. They don't need to. Let's see what they do. 11 seconds is enough for a completion down the field. But they're going to throw short. And that ball is dropped by Odell Beckham Jr. And the Cowboys once again will be Super Bowl champions. We could just take a knee, but I hope Zeke fumbles and I lose. We're going to cut back, spin back. And that kills the clock. The Cowboys once again win the Super Bowl. As I mentioned, the 3rd in 4 years. Hurts me a lot as a Giants fan. But it is what it is. Sometimes I got to put my YouTube Madden Rebuilder ability ahead of my team allegiances. Believe it or not, this isn't real life. But the Cowboys once again win the Super Bowl. Probably our most successful rebuild ever. 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. Some teams are just more successful in simulation. That's really what it comes down to. The Cowboys are always successful. The Browns are always successful. I mean, Josh Allen's going to win a lot of MVPs. Some things just happen. And we managed to win another Super Bowl. Thankfully, Ceedee Lamb is on our team and not somewhere else. It's not letting me upgrade for some reason. But that's going to do it, boys. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. This one took me a whole lot of time to get out. Recorded for over 3 hours. But I will show you the team one last time. Hopefully the video isn't like an hour and a half long, but it might be. I'm not sure. I think this was a fun one. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This was a lot of fun to do. And I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.